I'm Fiona Patton and I'm the chair of the Legal and Social Issues Committee, and we're doing an inquiry into the criminal justice system in Victoria.
The instigation for this inquiry came about from my days well before I was elected. We had some very significant murders here in Wangaratta, so that has led me to this point of where we are today, of holding our very first hearing for the Justice Inquiry.
The terms of reference for this inquiry are, for want of a better word, enormous. So whether it's around the appointment of the judiciary.
What kind of training for the magistrates and the judges, beside the technical skills?
The way in which our criminal justice system works or doesn't work or isn't working.
And also try to understand how we could reduce the level of recidivism.
What sort of support services we have for victims.
In terms of emotional, psychological and mental support, because the government is aimed to have the victims at the heart of our justice system.
I think all of us are aware that we need to do something differently.
Dramatic changes, not only to our justice system, but the way in which we prevent crime from happening in the first place.
Today we heard from people's personal experiences, as well as those organisations that are involved in the criminal justice system.
To be here at the opening of this whole inquiry, and that it actually has occurred in Wangaratta in regional Victoria, is fantastic. It's important to be here today because Merri Health provides the Victims Assistance Program. We wanted to talk about the importance of victim impact statements and how they should be much more prioritised in the process. And finally, we wanted to give some commentary around the length of time for processes to go from start to finish and the impact that has on victims.
Over 50% of people involved in the justice system may have a learning difficulty, and we work with some of the most vulnerable members of our community, helping them to overcome barriers to accessing education and employment. So we're very passionate about this program called Finding Strengths. We hope that the inquiry will take note of programs like this and programs that can be actually delivered through the Learn Local sector.
I was so pleased that we could start this inquiry in Wangaratta.
We can often be very urban-centric, very metro-centric, and I think this is a great opportunity, particularly for victims, to have their voices heard where they otherwise may not be.
Regional voices are so important. We're in the state of Victoria, not just the city of Melbourne.
There is disadvantage associated with regionality.
Particularly people living in the regional area have some particular needs because of the distance, because of the access to police, prosecutors and the court system.
There is a distinct shortage of clinicians available in our region to help people with learning difficulties.
Often in regional centres, we've got to be a bit smarter at how we work together and how we use the resources that we have.
We often hear people sitting back and making comments, whether it be in newspapers, social media, etc., of their disappointment in the justice system. So don't sit back and be a couch critic. Please come forward and put a submission in, because that's the way that we can be best informed to make the changes that are necessary.